And we're live. Welcome back for another deadline stream, everyone. How are you today? I hope you're all well. Who's buzzing for a packed December of FPL? Between now and the end of the month, we've got 7 game weeks, so loads of opportunities to move up in rank fast. Here's the December schedule. We've got obviously game week 14 today, game week 16, game week 15 is on Tuesday, game week 16 next Saturday. Game week 17 on the 15th, game week 18 on the 21st, game week 19 on the 26th, and then just before the new year, game week 20. So 7 game weeks. Very exciting month ahead. Thank you all for being here. And we just hit 168,000 subscribers just before we went live as well. So thank you for that. Welcome to the stream. I am Spa, Oivind, Thomas, Johnny, Samrid, AB, Turbocharged Gaming, Peter Barfoot, Bilal, Roshan, Ruben, and everyone else here. Welcome to the stream. Let me get that graphic off. So yeah, it's the most exciting month of the year for FPL. Buzzing for it, can't wait. It's going to be hard work to keep up with the upload schedule because obviously normally I do 4 or 5 videos a game week, but game week 14 finishes on Sunday and then we've got game week 15 literally on Tuesday. So not sure how I'm going to do that. I think I might have to do some double uploads, something like that. I'm sure a lot of you are wondering about Watkins, and I'm hoping to get an update during this stream, so I'll tweet something regardless at some point during this stream. So you don't have to be here for the Watkins news, but I appreciate you being here for this stream nonetheless. So welcome to the stream, everyone. We've got loads prepared. We'll do like the news roundup, we'll have a look at the Kings of the Game Week, scout selection, top transfers in and out, clean sheet odds, goal scorer odds, and a couple of mini games lined up. So there we are. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, big man Backer. How are we doing? Good to see you in a deadline stream, if that's the real Backer. Good to see you here. Yeah, get your questions in. So we've got a couple hours to the deadline, so I'll answer as many of your questions as possible. I've actually made 2 transfers already, so I'll just quickly talk about my team. I sold Diaby and Cash for Bumo and Pinnock. Those are the 2 moves I made. I did want to sell Gordon for Palmer instead to fund the Bumo move, but yeah, based on FPL Villain, if any of you follow him on Twitter, FPL Villain, he didn't have Cash in his predicted lineup, so I'm a bit concerned about whether Cash starts or not. So I've ended up selling him for Pinnock, which is a little bit risky. It does leave me a player down in 18, but we'll have to see. Super chat from Oivind, who says FBL Gundo has a photo of Watkins spotted in training. I saw that just before we went live. It's an old photo. It's got Gerrard in it, so he's trolling. It's yeah, it's an old photo. It's got Gerrard and Watkins in it, unless Gerrard's for some reason flown back over from Saudi Arabia, and he's getting involved with Villa training. But no, I think that was a troll, I'm afraid. It'd be great if we saw him in training. That'd be much more positive. Shapo says, hello from South Africa. Shout out to all the South African viewers tuning in. Where are you all tuned in from today? Let us know in chat. Where are we watching from around the world? In fact, let's also do a little poll. I've never done this before, but I'm interested to know what the votes will look like on this. So the poll is, what are you tuned in from, as in the device? So we've got TV, laptop, or PC, I guess. We'll just do audio only. I guess if you're audio only, you're going to have to flick over and say what you're tuning from. And other, I guess, is the last option. I don't know what other would be. What other medium is there to watch an FPL stream? Maybe someone's got it like on their car dashboard. I hope not. I hope no one's driving while watching the stream. Get your votes in on that anyway. Let us know where you tune in from. Thailand, laptop Thailand, mobile, Scotland, Thailand again, Zambia, Boston, Nintendo. Yeah, I suppose someone could be watching it from their Nintendo Switch. I suppose, yeah. Okay, if you're watching from a Nintendo Switch, then vote other on the poll. Saudi Arabia, Iceland, Botswana, Uganda, Japan, USA, Bangkok, Kenya, Denmark, Milton Keynes, Savannah, Kuwait, Norway. Welcome all of you to the stream. Good to have you all here. Fridge. Can you do fridge? LG smart fridge? There's no way. If anyone's watching my stream on their fridge, take a photo and I'll retweet it right now. I don't believe it. If someone's watching a stream on their fridge, then the future is here. Tag me in a photo on Twitter of you watching a stream on your fridge. That's bizarre though, because then you're just like standing at your fridge, aren't you? I think if I was just standing at my fridge watching a stream, I'd be tempted to dip into it every few minutes. Bakar, Pakistan, Spain, Malaysia, Nepal. So, 48% laptop PC. Hang on, 40% other. What's the other? Oh, I missed phone, didn't I? Oh, I'm an idiot. Yeah, I forgot about phone. Let me do it again. I've missed the main one there. Phone, laptop, PC, fridge. Hang on, what were the options again? TV and other. That's funny. Let me check if someone's actually tagged me in that. I don't believe it. There's no way someone's watching the stream on their fridge. I haven't been tagged. I'm calling BS on the fridge stream. That would be funny though. In fact, any of you, tag me in a photo of your stream setup, whatever it is, on your TV or whatever. Your typing speed is epic. I know, mate. I used to play loads of RuneScape back in the day, and you used to have to type really fast, like if you were selling stuff for exchange. Like I'd go fishing for like lobsters, and then I'd be like selling 2,000 lobsters really fast. Gary says Watkins to Darwin for a -4. I think this one ultimately depends on the Watkins news. I'm hoping to get something during the stream. If not, I can just share what I know at the moment. I'll share something regardless, but I'm hoping to get something more concrete, so I'd rather wait for that. If Watkins is out, I think that's fine for a -4, unless you've got a good option on your bench, Gary. Like, if I was in your position and my sub was Archer, then I would make that move if we hear that Watkins is out or doesn't start. Now, I think Darwin's an awesome pick. Awesome pick. Obviously, he's got Fulham home, then Sheffield United away, then Crystal Palace home. Darwin was rested in Europa League, came off the bench, so everything points towards him starting. And obviously, Jota's injured, so his minutes look even more secure now. I'm hoping my voice survives this stream. I've been sick all week and I'm still not feeling great, but the show must go on. So I've got my Pepsi Max here. What's everyone tuned? What's everyone drinking while you're tuning into the stream? Anyone else on the Pepsi Max? Water? Beer? J2O? John says, Oscar, apart from FPL, what game do you play? I play a bit of Football Manager. I cracked open a save over the last international break, which was really good. But I literally won... What's it called when you win 5 awards? Is it quintuple? I won the quintuple with Arsenal, and I swear, like, no cheating. I didn't scum save or anything. I won the quintuple, and then I was like, why do I even go from here? So I stopped after that. The only other game I play is Rocket League sometimes. I do like Rocket League. Green tea. Coffee. H2O. Mulled wine. Love a bit of mulled wine. Anyway, so yeah, loads to talk about. Maybe we'll do the news roundup just to bring you up to speed with all the stuff from yesterday's press conferences. And I should give a shout out as well. Welcome to anyone who's come over from Ross's stream. Obviously, he's organised an FPL meetup today. So big shout out to Ross. I was tuning into his stream earlier and he said head over to Oscar or Harry's stream. So if anyone's not a regular and here from Ross's stream, welcome to the stream. Good to have you with us. We'll start off with a bit of Liverpool news. There wasn't a huge amount on the injury front from Klopp's pre-match press conference. He did tell us earlier in the week that Alisson and Diogo Jota are injured, so we might not see Alisson for 3 game weeks. I don't know if that's worth the Kelleher transfer, to be honest. Maybe if you've got your wild card still, or if you've got 2 transfers and no way to spend a move. Obviously, Robertson's still out. Bejic, I don't know how you say his name. Thiago Alcantara's out. And obviously, yeah, Kelleher's expected to start the next 3, maybe 4. But I think it might just be the next 3 we get out of Kelleher. And then we could see Alisson back for the Man United game. Wolves news. Aït-Nouri is going to set out the trip to Arsenal, but O'Neill's hopeful he's going to be back at some point next week. So, not as bad as first feared with Aït-Nouri. Pedro Neto is still unavailable for Gameweek 14, but he's back on the grass doing some running. I'm going to have to crack open a throat sweet already. This is going to be tough work. You're going to watch a man sweat and struggle this stream. I've been sick all week, and I'm still not 100%. I'm a touch and go for this FPL meetup today as well. West Ham news. Really annoying. It feels like managers are being increasingly vague. Is it just me, or do you think managers are being increasingly vague this season with information they share? Bajicic. Okay. Andre in the chat. How we doing, Andre? Andre's the guy who built the FPL Focal website. So shout out to him. Focal's yellow flagged. I literally am yellow flagged right now. FPL Focal illness, 75% chance of playing. Literally, so true. Yeah, it feels like managers given less and less away this season. But Moyes didn't offer anything useful on Bowen. He said he's going to need to consult with the medical team before making a decision on the attacking midfielders' involvement this weekend. Obviously missed out last Saturday, and he didn't travel to Serbia for their clash midweek as well in the Europa League. Kudus, Alvarez and Soufal were also absent from that tie, with Moyes reporting that he left several players behind due to illness. It's going around, this illness. It's going around. I've got it. Kudus has got it. Hopefully Watkins doesn't have it. Palace news. Eze and Doucouré both came off in the defeat to Luton last weekend, and Hodgson confirmed that Doucouré has snapped his Achilles tendon. Oh, that's horrible wording. Snapped his Achilles tendon. Could be out for the season. Eze, I believe, is a lot shorter term, but he could be out for 2, 3, 4 weeks. Which obviously in a month like December is actually a lot of game weeks. Like in the next 7 days, we've got 3 game weeks. Arteta said he wasn't expecting anyone back from injury, and he also reported that there were no... Sorry if you can hear the... I don't know what you call these. Cough suite. I don't know why I called it a throat suite. No fresh injury concerns from the 6-0 win over Lens midweek. Obviously, Rye's back, so Rye's an awesome pick this week if you're looking for a goalkeeper transfer. Ineligible to face his parent club last game week, but he's back. Man City news. Not a great deal, but John Stones could be back in the matchday squad. Unsure whether he will start or not, having failed to get off the bench since recovering from injury. Kovacic is back in training, likely too soon for Martinez Nunes. Pochettino hasn't completely ruled out the possibility of Lavia and Nkunku featuring this weekend, saying the long-term injured pair were close but needed further assessment. Reece James and Cucurella are suspended. Gusto, who probably would have been the one to play right back, was not seen in midweek training photos, undergoing a rehabilitation programme, reportedly. And there's some news just before we went live. Man United's flight's been cancelled due to weather and technical difficulties, so they're going to get the coach instead. 3-hour coach for them. Not ideal. And then obviously the Aston Villa news. Watkins wasn't in the Europa League squad. Emery said he's going to be a doubt for Sunday. He's not completely unavailable for Sunday. We're going to wait for tomorrow and see if we can take a risk of him or not. We'll see how he feels about facing the demands in 90 minutes that we're going to face on Sunday. So we'll wait and see. Hopefully I'll get this update on Watkins during the stream, and then I'll tweet at some point. FPL journey to 10k. How we doing? Welcome to the stream. Best hope there aren't any ASMR lovers in here, mate. Hopefully not. Maybe. Let us know in chat. Do you watch or listen to ASMR? Who listens to ASMR? So where are you tuning in from? 54% phone, 38% laptop or PC, 2% TV, 6% other. Fair enough. Good Watkins alternates. I'd say the best replacement is Darwin. Isak, I think it's a good shout as well, but they've got so many injuries at the moment, Newcastle. I do wonder how they're going to fare over December. So Otto says, what's the new league code? If anyone missed it, there's an idea I've come up with called the December Challenge. And I'm giving £100 to whoever scores the most points this month. So that's the code, VWHATM, VWHATM. So whip out your phones and join the league. Whoever scores the most points this month, I'm going to send £100 to. VWHATM. I'll put it in the chat as well. VWM. There we go. Adam says, I listen to your streams as my ASMR. Appreciate that, thank you. I've had quite a few comments that say my videos are therapeutic and relaxing. So thank you for that. Would you start Taylor over Hwang? No, I think I'd start Hwang there. I mean, I think Hwang is going under the radar. Hasn't he scored like 8 goals this season? I think everyone's looking at Gordon or Palmer, but I think Hwang's a great pick as well. John says, Oscar, how can you go to the FPL meetup in Nottingham? Yeah, I'm going to do a COVID test and then decide, but I don't know. I am flagged. I don't know if I'll make it. I really want to go, but yeah, I've been sick all week. It's been tough doing the videos. I've had to honestly do about 30 takes every video. So I really don't know how a 2-hour stream's going to go without any opportunity to pause or redo a take, talking for 2 hours non-stop. But we move. We'll see how it goes. Just logged in. Is Bowen fine? Nothing concrete on Bowen. I'll quickly pull up the update again from Moyes. Really vague. Nothing useful. He said he needs to consult the West Ham medical team and then make a decision. That's pretty much all we know. So if you don't own Mbeumo, I would say that's a move worth considering. Bowen to Mbeumo. Is Jackson worth it now that he's motivated? I mean, I'm sure he's always motivated. I don't know if I'd go there. I prefer Darwin. I think I prefer Isak. And Nkunku's back soon. So how nailed will he be when Nkunku's back? Who misses out, right? Someone's got to miss out when Nkunku comes back in. Will it be Jackson, or will he play with both of them together like in pre-season? Will it be Gallagher, but he's playing well? Will it be Palmer, but he's in form? Someone's got to give. Someone's got to move out. Focal is a doubt, but he's not completely ruled out. Emery probably. That sounds bang on. Not completely ruled out, but I'm a doubt. What would your ideal wildcard team be this week? Let's have a crack at a wildcard team. Henry in chat as well. He says, hi Oscar, my Rocket League buddy. Would you play Mitchell versus West Ham or Lascelles v Man United? That's a close one. That's really close. I think I'd give it to Lascelles. What's the clean sheet odds saying this week? Newcastle 31.5% chance. Crystal Palace 21.5%. Yeah, I'd back the clean sheet odds. I would go Lascelles. 10% likely to keep a clean sheet anyway. So, wild card. Who would I have? I'd have Sanchez over Areola, that's for sure. Would you have Sanchez? Who do you have in goal if you're on a wild card, guys? Raya or Sanchez? Bench Taylor or Trippier? Definitely bench Taylor. Otto says, Bowen, Watkins, Taylor, Mikalenko, 2 spots already on a wild card. Assuming we get good news on Watkins, I'd definitely start him. So it's Bowen, Taylor or Mikalenko. I feel like I'd start Bowen and then have Mikalenko first on the bench. I think Bowen plays or doesn't play at all. So that's what I would do. Yeah, you could have Kelleher, I suppose, but you only get 3 game weeks out of him. I think it'd be very close to this. Probably Palmer. And probably Wood over Archer. Very template, to be fair. My team value's low though, that's the problem. It'd be along these lines. Kabore probably would be someone else like Taylor. And then Maguire would be someone else that you can play. Maybe like Pau Torres. Someone who's good for Game Week 18 when Mbeumo blanks. And probably not Pinnock. Maybe double Arsenal defence, but I'm a bit out of budget now. Slightly over budget, but I think that would be a good starting point if I was on a wild card. Would you have Watkins? You could punt on Darwin. That'd free up the money you need. Something like that if I was on a wild card. Marco Riley says, always great content. Should I keep Son against City or change him for Saka? Yeah, this one's really difficult because I think Son's going to come good over the next few weeks. Could even happen against City. But Saka's got great fixtures. Yeah, it's a difficult one, that. I think it's probably worth it. Not for a hit, but probably worth it for free. I think I'd just about be tempted. I know that Harry's been looking at that move, and he's been talking about it. I don't know if he's gone ahead with it, but I think he was pretty set on selling Son for Saka. And he's a top manager, so I would agree with his opinion. I think it's probably worth it. I know what Saka's not been delivering in the league massively. 4 assists in his last 5, not bad. His XG's been really poor. 0.17 XG over his last 5. But I think it's probably worth it. Home to Wolves, Luton away. 2 really good fixtures. Played really well in the Champions League as well. 1 goal, 1 assist. 60-minute run out for him. So I think that's probably worth it. What are you doing, Sun owners? Let us know in chat. Are you selling Sun? And if so, who for? I think Saka and Mbeumo are the only 2 players that I'd consider it. Or obviously Salah if you don't have him and you can find the money. Turbocharged Gaming. I planned Cash and Diaby to Saliba and Mbeumo this week. But now Bowen and Watkins are flagged. Thoughts? No, I think you've got it bang on there. Saliba and Mbeumo makes sense. I know Bowen and Watkins are flagged, but Cash might not start. Diaby might not start even. Obviously, if I hear anything on either of those, I'll let you know. But I would go with those moves you've got there, Saliba and Mbeumo. Disgusting. What a username. He says, Gibbs, White or Palmer over the next 5. I prefer Palmer. I know he's taken 4 pens, but even non-penalty XGI, his numbers are solid, so I would go Palmer between the 2. And he's cheaper. Beardy, how we doing? Welcome to the stream. Oh, sorry, Aaron. Did I miss that? Hang on. I think I know what you said there. Shout out to the Gentleman's Grealish. Shout out to all the boys in the Gentleman's Grealish chat. Hoping for a big week this week, moving out of the relegation zone. I haven't seen who our goalkeepers and strikers are yet. Matthew says, Watkins to Haaland, Trippier to Saliba, Alvarez to Archer, Trippier to Saliba, Bowen to Palmer from -12. Excuse me. -12. I don't think you're... not from -12. Haaland. I don't think it's worth a -12. I mean, -12s are very, very, very rarely worth it. Like, if it was a big double game week, I can understand it, but I think Trippier and Alvarez are great this week. Bowen obviously is a doubt. You could just do Bowen to Palmer and then set yourself up for the Haaland move next week. Like, Trippier's fine, Alvarez is fine. I think City put a few past Spurs. I think they win pretty comfortably. I'm expecting like a 3-1, 4-1. And I'm also expecting Chelsea to win pretty comfortably against Brighton. So you could just do Bowen to Palmer to tee yourself up for getting Haaland back in. And that might work nicely in Gameweek 15, when obviously Watkins has got City. No, I wouldn't take a -12. Monk says, opinions on this as a short-term punt if Watkins is out. I don't hate it. How much is he? Is he like under 6 mil now? I don't hate it, but I don't think he's a great FPL pick. I prefer Isak, Darwin. Obviously, they cost a bit more though. I think Watkins is going to be fine though, so I wouldn't worry about that too much. I'm hopefully going to get an update during this stream. I'll tweet something regardless anyway, but I think Watkins will be alright. I haven't received anything yet, but I'll keep an eye on it. If anyone's tuning in late, sorry, I'm a bit under the weather at the moment, so if I'm coughing and so on, and sniffly, forgive me. Thanks for the 3 months to John Boltman. He says, good keeper pairing with Flecken. I want to sell Areola. I think if you're going Flecken, then you just keep Areola. Because he's the cheapest keeper that's going to be getting starts. Flecken's going to be pretty much your set and forget starter. There's a good website actually, fplrotationplanner.com. Let me check what they've got for the best rotation pairs. So, Gameweek range, I guess we'll go further afield. Go to like, we'll go Gameweek 25, I guess. So who are we locking in? We're locking in Brentford. Generate. What have I done here? Done it wrong somehow. How many? Oh, 2 players. Starting 1. So, Those are the top rotations with Fleckham. Brighton, no go. Pope, too expensive. Vicario, too expensive. Probably too expensive to go Martinez. You don't want a Burnley keeper. There's not really any great rotations. Neto works pretty well. You can see that the ones slashed are where you don't start them, so you get a pretty good run out of those. But I'd be inclined to just go cheap. Like, there he is. Areola. You get a pretty decent run there, don't you, with those two? I'll just go Areola. Go for the cheaper one. I mean, that's a pretty solid run, isn't it? It's not bad at all. You start Flecking against Brentford. You got the blank, home to Man United for Areola. Not ideal, but not the end of the world. You get pretty much all green fixtures. No, I'd stick with Areola, Fleckham. Noam says he's already done Bowen to Mbumo. I'm currently considering Bruno to Saka, Watkins to Isak, and Gusto to Gabriel, benching cash for -12. It feels like every -4 in isolation could be worth it. I don't think I'd sell Watkins for a hit. I wouldn't sell Bruno for a hit. Gusto to Gabriel I get if you've got no one to start. I'd consider that one, but I don't know if you can afford that in isolation. I wouldn't do the other hits though, personally. Bowen and Mbumo's fine. I don't think I'd sell Watkins for a hit. I wouldn't sell Bruno for a hit. Yeah, you could just do the Gusto move. But, you know, Gabriel's not guaranteed to start. He probably does, but he's not guaranteed. He could miss one of the next two. Your team if you wildcarded this week. Yeah, we did a wildcard team just now, and this is how it looked. So, just pause the stream if you want to look at that wildcard team. Something like that. You could stick with Watkins over Darwin, but other than that, I think it pretty much picks itself, the front 8 anyway. Double Arsenal defence is solid. I like Sanchez. I suppose you could just go Turner to a 3.9 keeper. Turner probably doesn't play again. Right. Let's have a look at the scout selection. This is who they've gone for Gameweek 14. Let us know in chat how many of you got from the scout selection. They've got Keller in goal, Trippier, Zinchenko and Ben Mee, Salah, Saka, Mbumo, Gordon, Palmer, Haaland captain and Watkins. In fact, yeah, let's do a captain poll. It feels very divided this week. Who's your captain for Gameweek 14? Haaland, Salah. I mean, those are the main two, isn't it? Haaland, Salah and other. 9 out of the 11. 4, 7, 5. FPL journey to 10k. Thanks for becoming a member. Thank you very much for the support. If anyone wants to become a member, it's the join button below the stream. It supports the channel. You get access to the members channel Discord, the members league, early access to videos. You get badged by your name in the stream and comments. And it's a couple of quid. So if you want to do that, use the join button below the stream. Bella's got 4. Mikey's got 5. Football Cards has got 5. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 for me. So captain poll is up. Get your votes in and we'll have a look at that. Yeah, and check out FPL Journey to Top 10k. Really good channel. Matt Corbridge is like a recurring guest on the channel, and he's one of the top all-time managers. He comes top 10k like more often than not, every season pretty much. I'm interested to see how he recovers actually, because he's having a difficult start to this one, but he's a top manager. It's a good podcast. FPL Fella's got 7, Mavrain's got 6. I think if you've got 7, you're looking good, right? So, keep your questions coming. I'll answer as many as possible for the deadline. Welcome all of you to the stream. If you are new around here, then make sure you subscribe. I do these deadline streams every week. They're not normally as much of a shit show as this one is. I've been sick all week, so I'm storming through. Got to carry on, but struggling a bit today. But I've got a cough sweep, so that will help me nurse through it. Is Cash playing? I've sold cash. I'm not convinced he does. If anyone's not following FPL Villain, I recommend giving them a follow. They do predicted lineups and so on every week. The reason being, first of all, we played 90 midweek in Europa League. Diego Carlos didn't play at all, and he'd played every European game before that. Kamara's injured, and what often happens is Kamara drops as a centre-back and Cash pushes forward down the right, but Kamara's out for this game week, so it might mean Konsa starts in right back, and obviously Diego Carlos has been rested, so he could start. So it could be a back four of Digne, Pau, Diego Carlos and Konsa. So I'm not sure. Lockets or Suvers? Gotta be Suvers. Gotta be. Thanks, Neville. Appreciate that. It's really annoying. I just hate being sick. I don't even know where I've got it. I haven't even been out. God knows where I got it from. It might have been at football last week, but that's like the only human contact I've had in the last week. And then I've been sick other than that. And Mbumo captain against Luton. I don't hate it, but I feel like Salah and Haaland are just better picks. I don't hate it though. Like Luton are worst in the league for expected goals conceded in away games. Obviously they're good in home games, but away games they've been really poor. So I think it's a great week to bring him in. And obviously he's got Brighton, Gameweek 15, and Brighton are pretty bare bones. No Dunk, no Estupinan. Who else is out? Webster, I think, is out. Lamptey's out. So the back four, it could be Veltman, Hinshelwood, Van Heck, and Igor. I feel like that's got goals written all over it for Chelsea this week. And Mbumo or Brentford midweek. Thomas says, what's the code for the December challenge? It is VWHATM. That. I'll use that as a sneaky opportunity to blow my nose there with that graphic up. VWHATM is the league code. £100 to whoever scores the most points in December. Luke, thank you for becoming a member as well. Thank you very much, Luke McCauley. Appreciate that. Thanks for the support, mate. Thanks very much. Start Gordon or Sterling? Oh, that's a brutal one. I think you have to start Sterling. I think you have to. Taylor Johnson, Oscar, my sister says she thinks you're cute. Thanks very much, Taylor's sister. Thanks, Taylor, for sharing. The flight for Man United to Newcastle was cancelled due to weather issues. They have to take the bus for 3 hours. John's joined the league. Welcome to the league, John. Good luck this month. Yeah, we've got a packed month of FPL ahead. Absolutely buzzing for it. We've got 7 game weeks. That's the schedule. Oh, I've just had a message. Just going to have to read this. It's on Watkins. Sorry, can you hear the crunch of the throat sweet? I'm so sorry for that. I'm not normally like this bad in my streams. Like, hopefully the regular viewers will back me up on that. I'm not normally this bad on my streams, but I'm pretty sure I've got COVID. Busy month for focal vids, literally. It's going to be a crazy month. I don't know how I'm going to fit it all in. Because, yeah, 4 videos a week. But then this game week finishes tomorrow. And then game week 15's on Tuesday. And I've got 4 videos to do. Like, yeah. I mean, I love it. Like, it's a good challenge. It can be a bit of a burnout, but I can't wait for it. Let me just check this message. I'll let you know what that says once I've got it. Man flu is a serious condition. It could be man flu, yeah. I will, yeah. I literally will share the information. That's what I do. Like, I just share anything that I get. I don't ask for it either. I often just get sent stuff, And I feel like that puts me in a predicament as well. And I know like Andy has shared this sentiment before. If you get something, then what do? Do you keep it to yourself? But imagine if I do something that was completely unexpected and it pays off, and then I'm blatantly like withholding information. Or you share it, but then you're going to have people saying it's not fair because there's people that can benefit from leaks. And obviously, it's like a day till kickoff. So that's kind of dodgy as well. It's a bit of a catch-22. Like, what do you do? My opinion is just share whatever you get given. That's what I think is the right thing to do anyway. Start cash, Taylor, or share? I'd start share. VWHATM is the league code for the December challenge. It's still open to join now. I'm giving £100 to whichever one of you scores the most points in December. Still not had a message. I had a message, but then like no follow up. So we'll come back to that. Right, guesses in the chat. Who's going to be the top scorer of Gameweek 14? No one got it last week. It was Tavernier. 16 points he got. Guesses in the chat. Who's going to be the top scorer of Gameweek 14? And if you're on our Discord server, then make sure you join with the link in the description. There's a channel called Kings of the Gameweek in there, where there's a role up for grabs for the winner. Salah, Trippier, Jesus. Blair says Pinnacle, Son. If that's who to start, I think you have to start Son. Go for the upside pick, the more explosive pick. Like, I know Pinnock's got good clean sheet odds, but you have to start Son there. Go for the explosive player with the high upside. Always chase the upside when you can, within reason. Ben Mee, Mo, Sterling. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a Chelsea player. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Jackson gets a hat-trick. Sterling, Archer. I swear to God, if it's Archer and he's the first on my bench. I haven't caught any of Archer's returns so far. Sorry if that came from a mic. Ben Mee, Haaland, Darwin Nunez. Repeat the code. It's VWHATM. V what M? Elanga, Trossard. Taylor hat-trick. Oh mate, imagine. Who's starting Taylor this week? I've seen him in quite a few starting 11s. I mean, looking at the clean sheet odds, I can see it. 37.5% chance of a clean sheet, home to Sheffield United. I think that's fine. I think Taylor's good to start this week. Start Cash or Taylor, asks Evan. I would start Taylor. Ariola hat-trick. Share, Taylor, Diaz. If Taylor doesn't get a clean sheet this week, he never will. I agree with that completely. Just going to switch webcam on for 2 secs to blow my nose. And we're back. Yeah, so top of the clean sheet odds. Arsenal 51.5% chance. Liverpool 45. Brentford 45. City 42. Burnley 37.5. So yeah, Burnley there in 5th. Fulham are rock bottom, 8.5% chance. Joint bottom with Tottenham actually. Tottenham also 8.5% chance. United in the mud says, Oscar, would you take a -8 to get Haaland? I'm struggling here. I'm struggling here as well. -8. It really depends on who you're selling. I think it's justifiable if you're going to captain him, and I do think he is the best captain this week myself. But it really depends on who you're selling. You know, if you've got someone like Bowen or Diaby and you've got the option to sell them for Palmer and Gordon and then upgrade a forward to Haaland, like that sort of combination I think's just about worth it. So I do genuinely think he's the best captain this week. Like, we'll probably see Davies and Emerson in centre back again, And I talked about it in this week's video. I think they're going to struggle with Haaland's superior physicality. Those runs in and behind. We know Spurs play a high line. I think it's going to be a difficult match for Spurs. Ted, thanks for the 15 months. He says, sell Bowen or Diaby for Mbumo. Start Bowen maybe. Yeah, I'd be more inclined to sell Diaby, you know. But it's really hard because we don't get concrete answers from managers in a lot of these presses. Like, I'll pull up the update again from Moyes for those of you that have got Bowen. He said he couldn't offer anything useful, saying he'd need to consult the West Ham medical team before making a decision on his involvement. So we just don't know. He missed last game week. He wasn't in the Europa League squad. But I still feel like I'd probably sell Diaby. Flandy in the chat. How we doing, Flandy? N Brown says he held Bowen share or Semenyo first sub. Semenyo first. Share first sub, then Semenyo second. Yeah, I'd put Share first on your bench. Start Lascelles or Semenyo? I'd probably start Lascelles there. Alvarez to Jesus from -4, better fixtures. Jesus is one of those though. He puts up good numbers. He randomly misses games of injuries throughout the season. And I feel like Man City, home to Spurs, is a great fixture for Alvarez. So I don't know if I'd do that for free even. Maybe for free, but not for a -4. Like, yeah, he's great. I agree with Mavro. He's a beast, but he tends to play a more creative role to bring others into the game, which benefits Saka and Martinelli. He's not a greedy out-and-out striker. I mean, there was that quote from him, wasn't there, a few weeks ago, where he said, he said something like, I know goal scoring's like one of my weak points. So I don't know if I would go there. But I do get it, like, he's got 2 great fixtures. But I feel like Alvarez, home to Spurs, is actually a great fixture. And I think Alvarez was benched in the Champions League, so for me that points towards him starting. Thoughts on Tomiyasu? Yeah, I was looking at the Arsenal defence. I think what's going to happen is Tomiyasu and White rotate. I hate to say if you own either of them, but I think they're going to rotate. Because Tomiyasu is playing unbelievable at the moment. He got 2 assists against Lens in the Champions League. White's obviously been nursing an injury, but he's back and available now. I think they'll rotate. So I think Saliba's the best option. And then probably Zinchenko, then Gabriel. And then I don't know if I'd go for any others beyond those 2. I'm keeping an eye for the Watkins news. He messaged and then went quiet, so I don't know, sorry. But I'll keep an eye on it. I've got the tab open here. But yeah, the problem with Arsenal defence is none of them are nailed except Saliba. Like Gabriel could miss a game for Kiwior. One of the next 2 I would say is possible. But you have to keep him, you don't sell him. What's the December league code? It's VWHATM. That's the code. I'll put it in the chat. £100 to whoever scores the most points in December. You just have to join using that league code. Archer or Nkunku starter? I'd start Archer. I don't expect Nkunku to come straight in the 11. I think we see some cameos from him first. Paul Spencer, start Lascelles or Tsimikas? I'd start Tsimikas there. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think he's another one that misses one of the next 3. But Gomez started in the Europa League. I can't remember if Tsimikas played the whole game. I think Tsimikas came off early. Gomez played the full match. I think you have to start Tsimikas home to Fulham. Not one to overthink. Evan says, any chance to get the Arsenal team news before the deadline? I mean, that's a fair point. Like, there's every chance that we actually get other leaks. The first games of the game week are Arsenal v Wolves, Brentford v Luton and Burnley v Sheffield United. I don't think we tend to get much Arsenal-wise though, but it's possible. Man United squad versus Newcastle. Who's in it? Anala's in it. Dalot, Lindelof, Maguire, Reguilon, Shaw, Varane, Wan-Bissaka, Amrabat, Bruno, Mainu, McTominay, Van der Beek, Garnacho, Højlund, Martial, Pellistri and Rashford. Simicast came off 80th. Okay, thanks, mate. I mean, yeah, again, I'd see that as reassuring as far as this game week's prospects. Gomez playing the full game, Simicast off at 80 odd minutes. A lot of questions about the December challenge. I'll pin the message in chat. If I can pin it. Chat's moving fast. There we go. Captain poll results: 57%, 58% Haaland, 38% Salah, 4% other. Interesting. Who's going to win the league this season? Let's do a poll for that while we get back to the FPL questions. Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool and other. Is that fair? No Watkins news. He messaged me just now and then I replied, and then he's not said anything for like the last 10 or so minutes, so I'm not sure. And if we don't get anything at all, then I'll share what he said last night, but I don't want to say it just yet because it could be different now, if you see what I mean. Yeah, I saw that about the Man United flight. So Man United have to get the coach for 3 hours. Aston Villa to win the league. Imagine that. That would probably be the second greatest underdog story after Leicester, right? 48% City, 24% Arsenal, 21% Liverpool, 7% other. Can we please talk about Alvarez? What about Alvarez? I was talking about him earlier. I think he's great this week. I don't think he's a sell home to Spurs. We're talking about the Spurs centre-back situation, injuries. Bentancur's out, Maddison's out. I think it's a great fixture for City, for Haaland and Alvarez. So I'm captaining Haaland, no doubt. FPL is more than a hobby, says, which three out of Pau Torres, Gabriel, Simicast, Lascelles and Taylor would you have started? I think you've got it in the right order there. I'd start Pau, Gabriel, Simicast, and then Lascelles and Taylor on the bench. Yeah. I think you got it bang on there. Those first three are the three I would start. Start Palmer or Sterling or both? Start both. Captain Semenyo? Surely not. Zinchenko's also rotation risk with Tommy. He is, that's true. But if we had to rank them, I think I'd have him. I think you'd have Saliba, and then you'd have Gabriel and Zinchenko probably equal. And then the rest. Yeah, there's a public league as well. If you want to join our public league, link below in the description for that. It's still open. Your points start from Gameweek 1, so it's not too late to join. How are we doing this season, the Focal League? Oh, we've dropped off. We were like second at one point, but not even top 5 now. Fantasy Football Scout in third. I'm just going to very quickly get a refill of my drink, so give me 2 seconds and I'll be right back. Back. Sorry about that. Again, sorry for all the coughing and so on. I'm sick at the moment, so that's why I'm drinking a lot and on the throat sweets and so on. December league code is pinned for those that want to join that. £100 to whoever scores the most points in December. I've pinned the code. So let's end that poll. Any poll ideas while we've got everyone here? Thanks, Andre. Captain Diaby. I don't think I'd be Captain Diaby. I mean, he's not guaranteed to start, so I mean that's a starting point to not captain him, I would say. He's still not messaged. He messaged 20 minutes ago, and he said, I've got an update. And then I said, okay, and then nothing. Yeah, I don't want it to get too close to the deadline, that's the thing. So I'll just share what I know from last night. So last night he said Watkins starts, and he missed Europa as a precaution. But he also said wait for today's training session before sharing anything, because obviously that could change. So that's why I didn't say anything last night. And I don't know what the latest update is, but obviously I don't want it to get too close to the deadline. So I'll share that now. And then hopefully I'll have something more concrete soon. So I don't know, I'm in a bit of between a rock and a hard place now. I don't want to tweet that, but I also want to wait for the second update, if you know what I mean. Sorry, Schnaps. Yes, let me do that. Where is it? There. So please choose two from Darwin, Isak, Saka and Diaz. If I had to choose two, I would go Darwin and Saka. Yeah, Darwin and Saka. I think I've caught all the other ones. Yeah, did that one, did that one. Did that one. Cool. So yeah, that's everything I know on Watkins at the moment, but hopefully get another update. I'll keep you posted. I've got it on my other monitor here, so I'll send a nudge. Is Varane injured? I don't believe so. He's just out of form and there's rumours he wants to leave, so Maguire and Lindelof seem to be the centre-back pairing at the moment. Even Evans seems to be getting starts ahead of him, which is crazy. Start Pinnacle Gabriel. That's super close, that one. Probably Gabriel just about. Yeah, probably just about Gabriel. But yeah, I brought in Pinnock this week. I sold Diaby and cash for Pinnock and Mbumo. John says, tons of members in the December League. Yeah, when I looked last night, there was like 5,000 teams entered. So it's going to be tough. But that TPS player says it's coming home. Jan says, Diaz Palmer or Gordon for Bowen. Diaz Palmer off or Gordon for Bowen. Already got Mbumo. I think Palmer, if I had to pick between Palmer and Gordon. It's very close, don't get me wrong. We covered it in this week's videos quite a bit, comparing the two. And I think Palmer just edges it, but it's super close. I'd say Palmer's got the better fixture this week. And obviously he's got that run from Gameweek 16. But Newcastle, obviously they've got so many injuries at the moment. So I don't know where players are going to get rest. Plus they've got European football to contend with. And the League Cup, I think it is, or the FA Cup. So I think it's close, but for the 0.6 mil that you save on Palmer, I think he's worth it. Yeah, hopefully Villa news. I'm keeping an eye out. What do I tweet though? Do I tweet an update on what we know so far? Or do I just wait till closer to deadline? I didn't want to leave it till close till deadline, basically. Is the problem. Is the concern I've got. Edmund Kim says, Solanke or Alvarez? Ginger, lemon, honey tea. Oh, that's what I should have done. I should have made a lemon tea. I can't stick the kettle on now midstream. Solanke or Alvarez? I just still think Alvarez is better. I know he's been poor recently, but I just think like Alvarez, he's such a quality player. I know his numbers have dropped off recently, but he's playing for like arguably the best attack. Well, he is the best attack in the league. I just feel like Alvarez is going to come up with a haul at some point soon. I don't mind the Solanke pick though. If that's who to start, I think Alvarez. Honestly. I just think City beat Spurs pretty comfortably. Hang on, let me just think about what I'm going to tweet. Yeah, I'll wait a little bit longer. John says, message your mate and tell him you're live on the line, need an update. I did, I said earlier, I'm just going live. Have you heard anything? And then he said he's got an update. And then I just said, okay. And I said, what's the other update? Right, can you guys guess who the most transferred in player is this week? Most transferred in player. Guesses in the chat. And I'm going to keep an eye out for the update, which we hopefully get. Whoa, chat's moving fast. Mbumo, Gordon, Zinny, Mbumo. Let's have a look. Who is it? It is. Let me refresh the transfers. He's got... What? Oh, why does that come up? Mbumo, 729,000 transfers. Gordon, 528. Saka, 348. Isak, Darwin, Zinchenko, Saliba. Alright, can you guess who the most transferred out is then? Most transferred out players. I don't know why Hezbollah popped up. I think I forgot to hide it, and then when I flicked back it started again. Most transferred out. Bowen, Son, Diaby, Bowen, Watkins. It couldn't have been a worse week for everyone to be dependent on this Watkins news, because I'm so sick at the moment. Bowen, Watkins. Not Watkins. Let's see who it is. Most sold is Bowen, 816,000. Watkins second, 500,000 have sold him. Son, 461,000. Mitoma, 405,000. Alvarez, Madison, Cash, Alisson, Eze. Oh, quite a lot selling Son. That's interesting. Right, guesses in the chat. Can you name the player that got this score? 25 points. Bonus points if you can name the season that they got this score as well. So 25 points they got. Can you name the player and the season? While I stall and recover my voice. Maris, Castagna, Iheanacho, Madison, Perez, Vardy, Mahrez. Some of you have got it. A lot haven't. This is a tougher one than I thought. The answer was James Maddison. He got 25 points. It was the penultimate game week of the 21-22 season. So double game week 37. He got 25 points. Well done if you got it. I mean, Mahrez and Vardy were a good shout. I mean, Mahrez wasn't playing for them then, actually. So, not Mahrez. Got one more of those we'll do later as well. The next one's really tough, actually. I'll be impressed if anyone gets it. Any chance for Bowen news before the deadline? Probably not. Probably not. Moyes didn't give anything away. He said he needs to consult the medical team and go from there. Pre-guess Roy Keane. Alright, should we do the other one now? I'll be amazed if anyone gets it. The next one's going to need an FPL veteran to guess correctly. So, just to go back to Watkins then. I'm still waiting for... Training was inconclusive. I couldn't say it either way. Probably be a decision made closer to kickoff. Alright, let me tweet that. Training was inconclusive. I couldn't say either way. Probably be a decision made closer to kickoff. Still more than 24 hours out. Yesterday he was quite confident that he starts. So training was inconclusive, couldn't say either way. Probably a decision made closer to kickoff. Still more than 24 hours out. I just have to be careful of what I say as well, because I can't repeat it. I can't say exactly what it says. But basically it's going to be a late fitness test. I mean, I'm starting Watkins anyway, for what it's worth. Where's the 100 quid? The 100 quid is for the December Challenge League. I've pinned the code. Whoever scores the most points this month, I'm giving £100 to. Lloyd Royker, thanks for becoming a member as well. Thanks very much for that, Royker. He's given a thumbs up on tweeting that. Sorry, I can't multitask at all. So yeah, it's going to be a late fitness test on Watkins. I think he starts for what it's worth, and I'm starting him. But yeah, annoyingly it's not something concrete, which is what we hoped. How fast is the typing? I know, I do type fast. I'm just going to wait for a reply to that as well though. Sorry, I wish it was just a clear cut like I could say, but I can only say what I messaged. And it doesn't sound like they know for sure. I think he's going to play. I think he's going to be absolutely fine and start. Myself, but it sounds like it's going to be a late fitness test. Anyway, we'll come back to that. I've asked him one other question, and then I'll tweet accordingly. But yeah, I'm starting Watkins. I think he's going to be all right, but it sounds like it's going to be a late fitness test. So yeah, sorry it's not anything concrete, but that's the latest. Cash to Gabriel for free, absolutely, that's worth it. I'm not confident Cash starts. myself. Again, like if anyone's not following FPL Villain, give him a follow on Twitter. He does predicted lineups, and he didn't have Cash in his 11. The reason being is Cash played the full match in Europa, and Diego Carlos didn't play at all, who had previously started all Europa games. Camera is not available for the game, and normally what happens is Camera drops into centre back, and that allows Cash to push forward. But he's out, so it could mean that they have Konsa starting right back. So I've sold Cash and I've brought Pinnakim, and I've sold Diaby for Mbumo. I don't have anything on Diaby or Mbumo though, unfortunately. I think I missed a super chat there. Heike says, Palmer in from -4, or just played Archer or Taylor. I think you're fine to play Taylor. Home to Sheffield United. I'd play Taylor. I don't think it's worth a -4 for Palmer. News on Ben White. Ben White's available. It's just whether he starts or not. We don't know. Because Tomiyasu's been playing really well recently. He got 2 assists in Champions League this week, actually. And he came off for half-time, I believe. So, yeah, I think they're going to rotate Tomiyasu and White. Right, I'm going to just put a tweet out because I have to say something on Watkins, because I said I would. Right, I'll keep an eye on that. I've asked him something else as well, and I'll see what the answer is. But for what it's worth, I think he starts. Just took a -28 hit. I believe in myself. Bloody hell, -28 hit. Why do you think it starts? So I think he mentioned that it was a precaution that he missed out in Europa. So I feel like that points towards him being fine for this game week. That's my best guess. He's got a really good injury record. I think he starts. I think he was rested as a precaution. And Emery did say he just wants to give Duran a start. So I think Watkins starts. I'm starting him. I'm not starting Archer, I'm starting Watkins. Oh yeah, let me add nothing on Cash. Nothing on Cash, Diaby, sorry. Right, so let's get back to the stream. Keep the questions coming in. Obviously, if there's anything else on Watkins, then I'll let you guys know. Jason says captain poll. Let's get a captain poll going. Who is your captain for Gameweek 14? If you vote for other, then let us know in chat who your other is. We'll go Salah, Haaland. I guess just Salah, Haaland, and other. Message in chat. Is there any news around Bowen? We've not had a great deal on Bowen. We talked a bit about him earlier, and it's just been pretty vague from Moyes. He said he's going to consult the West Ham medical team and then make a decision. So, yeah, annoyingly vague from Moyes, which seems to be par for the course from a lot of managers this season. I'd be very tempted to sell him if I had him. I think Mbeumo and Saka are great replacements. I think Palmer as well. If I had to pick between Palmer and Gordon, I would go Palmer. Bowen for Doku for -4. I don't think it's worth a -4. I still think Doku's... He probably will share minutes with Grealish, especially in this congested schedule. So I don't think I would take a hit for someone like Doku. But let's get back to the game earlier. Guesses in the chat if you can name this player. I'll be impressed if anyone gets this. I think this is going to take an FPL veteran to know this one. 17 points they got. Who's the player that got the 17 points? Brownhill captain? Surely not. Cahill, Doucouré, Coleman, Baines, Lukaku. Oh, I don't think anyone's got it. It's a really difficult one. You'll kick yourself if you played FPL back then. I'll give you a clue. He came off the bench and got a hat-trick. Came off the bench and got a hat-trick. Pienaar's a good shout as well. It's not Pienaar. It's not Fellaini. It's not McNeil. Oh, someone's got it. It's not Rooney. It's not Delph. Yeah, a few of you got it. Not DCL, not Donovan, not Morales, not Lukaku or Barkley. The answer was Naismith. It was the game. It was the 15-16 season, the season that Leicester won the league. Game week 5, Naismith came off the bench and he got a hat-trick. I think it was against Chelsea, if I'm not mistaken. And obviously Son got a hat-trick off the bench last season. And before that hat-trick, Naismith was the last one to do that off the bench. Well done to the few that got it. That was a tough one. Everton v Chelsea, that was it, 2015. Game week 5. What a hero. I'm pretty sure I bought him after that and he didn't really do anything. Absolute classic points chase, and that was. Any news on Watkins? Yeah, I'll just bring up the tweet. That's probably the best way of doing it. To just relay what was said just now. They said a decision is going to be made closer to kickoff. Obviously, it's still more than 24 hours out. Late fitness test. Yeah, sorry it's not concrete. That was the only information I've got. I do think he starts, and I'm starting him in my FPL team, but yeah, sorry it's not concrete. But yeah, they messaged me like quite a lot of stuff last season for Villa, and they were never wrong. So it's accurate, but it's annoying that it's not concrete. Like if you're dead set on him, selling him, I'd say Darwin's probably the best replacement. Isak maybe, but I'm just not sure about Newcastle, you know, in terms of their schedule. Like, have you seen their December schedule? It's crazy. So they've got... And this is why I kind of want to sell Gordon for Palmer in a couple of weeks. Man United today, then they've got Everton, Tottenham, and then they've got the Champions League, home to Milan, Fulham, then they've got the League Cup, so they don't get any midweeks off, and then they've got Luton... 4 days after Chelsea, and then 3 days after that they've got Nottingham Forest, and then New Year's Day they've got Liverpool. So how many games is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, including New Year's Day. So over the next month, Newcastle play 9 games. So at the back of my head, I just think like, how are they going to look over that run? We saw them struggle against Bournemouth when they were missing a lot of players. You know, even if they're getting players back, fatigue could be massive. I haven't heard anything on Cash or Diaby though, unfortunately. Sorry. But if there's anything else before the deadline, I'll let you know. True, they could sign a lot of players in the winter window. But that doesn't open until Jan 1st, right? Is that right? Yeah, January 1st. So they've got to get through December 1st. Nketiah to start. Probably not, to be honest. I'd say Jesus probably starts for Arsenal. Kano, thanks for the super chat. He says Leno, Areola, Saliba, Digne, Taylor, Simicast, Lascelles, Saka, Salah, Palmer, Gordon, Son, Watkins, Alvarez, Haaland. Who starts? 2 subs. So you start. You have to start Areola. So Saliba, you start. Simicast, you start. I'd start Digne. I'd start Saka, Salah, Palmer, Gordon, Son. So then it's between those front 2. I think I'd start Watkins and Haaland. Well, I don't know for sure, but I think Watkins is going to start. So I'd start Watkins and Haaland. Alvarez first on bench. Close one though, between Watkins and Alvarez. I think it's a good fixture for Watkins if he starts. My gut feeling is he will. Thanks to everyone that has tuned into the stream so far. I forgot to even ask, but if you've enjoyed it so far, then make sure you hit like and subscribe if you're not already. 40% of you aren't subscribed to this channel, so if you're in the 60%, thank you very much. If you're in the 40%, then you know what to do. Thank you all for being here. I hope you have enjoyed it. I spend like an hour or so for every stream preparing graphics and stuff to run through, so if you appreciate that, then hit like. If you don't appreciate that, then dislike the stream. That's okay as well. Frank says you're welcome, mate. Thanks, Frank. Isak for Watkins. I think if I had Watkins, I'd just give him the last week. I'd just give him this game week and then make a decision. The problem is, like, there's a good chance he plays. And you're going to want him straight back. Like, he's arguably the best captain in game week 18. So I think he's a difficult sell. If you can do, like, a good combination move, like... I guess Darwin's, like, a pretty obvious replacement, but... Yeah, the problem is it's 2 transfers booked in. One to sell him now, and then you have to bring him back for 18. I wouldn't be surprised if he's the most captain player in 18. Because Arsenal and Liverpool face one another. I'm just going to turn my webcam off to blow my nose. Sorry again, I'm really sick today, so that's why. Couldn't have picked a worse stream to be sick. I'm pretty sure I've got COVID. I'm going to do a test before I go to the FPL meetup later. I'm hoping it's negative. Oh, sorry. Connor says play Cash Mubama or Bowen to Gibbs, Wyatt, Gordon -12. I would just play Cash. I wouldn't take a -12. Not worth it. No, I don't think I'd take a -12. I would just play Cash and hope for the best. Or if you've got Bowen, you start him instead of Cash, if that's what you're asking. I imagine Bowen starts or doesn't play at all. So I would, yeah, I wouldn't take the -12 there. Taylor or Cash? Taylor. Trippier and Mitoma out from Mbeumo and Saliba. Yeah, I like those moves. I know Trippier could go big in any week, but I think those are 2 good moves. Maybe even upgrades in both places. Like Trippier and Saliba's pretty close. Yeah, Saliba's better for the next few anyway. Yeah, I like those moves. And Mbeumo, like, is absolutely worth it. And if you have to find the money for that, Trippier to Saliba is a good way of doing it. He's the ideal Arsenal defender to own. Yeah, Darwin for Watkins I think is fine. I think it's also fine to hold on to Watkins though. I haven't heard anything else on Watkins, so that might be the only update we get. Yeah, that's it. I'll keep an eye out in case there's anything else, but that's all I've got on Watkins. But he is reliable, so yeah, annoyingly it's vague, so sorry if anyone wanted to know for sure, like Watkins start or doesn't, but that's how it is sometimes. Sometimes there's late fitness tests on players. He is reliable. He sent me quite a bit last season on Villa and he was never wrong. So if he says it's a late fitness test, then that's what it is. You have to make a call accordingly. I think he starts, personally. He did mention, obviously, that the Europa League missing out on Europa League was a precaution. So I think that points towards him standing a good chance of starting. Emery said it was 50-50 in his presser. So, you know, in Emery's words, there's also a good chance. John says, poll idea, how many hits have people taken? Yeah, let's do that. Captain poll results then. 53% Haaland, 43% Salah, 4% other. How many... yeah, let's do a hits poll. How many hits have you taken this season? Let us know in chat. How many hits? I mean, some people are looking at -8s and 12s this week. -8, -12. Oh yeah, we'll have none as an option actually. -4, -8. I haven't taken one yet actually. I had taken one in Game Week 7. I took a hit to bring in Trippier. And then I went out, I was in Ireland for the FPL meetup, and they got a few Guinnesses down me, and before I knew it, my wildcard was active. So I ended up not taking a hit. And that actually ended up a great decision. So I always said don't drink an FPL, but that ended up a great decision. Because if you remember, pretty much, well not pretty much everyone, but a lot of people ended up wildcarding Game Week 8. So that ended up a week ahead of the curve. I gained quite a bit of points then. That was 7 game weeks ago, and I was 3.5 million then. So I've shaved well over 3 million ranks since that wildcard. Still a way to go, obviously. But maybe there's like a fine balance with drinking FPL. Not too many. What's your plan B for Watkins? I'm just starting him, so my plan B would be Archer off the bench if he misses out. I think he has a good chance to start him, but we'll see. I mean, Archer off the bench isn't the end of the world if it happens. But yeah, sorry it's not a concrete answer on Watkins. Wish I had more. Yeah, for anyone that missed that, Man United's flight to Newcastle has been cancelled due to the weather and technical difficulties. So the game's still on, but they're going to have to get a 3-hour coach up to Newcastle. Well, up to Newcastle. Not ideal for the Man United players. Hopefully that benefits Gordon in some way, as a Gordon owner. Anyone got Isak? I've seen a few people bringing him in. Obviously he scored last week. He scored Newcastle's goal against PSG in the 1-1 draw. Matthew says start Alvarez or Watkins. What's the projection say this week? I suppose Watkins is going to be low on the projections. Alvarez 5.1, Watkins not here. It really depends on what Watkins minutes look like. Who would you guys start, Watkins or Alvarez? The thing is, I think it's actually a great fixture for Man City. That's not really a hot take. I think a lot of people will say that. And I just feel like Alvarez could still come good, even though he's not been putting up the returns recently. Maybe it's that doubt over Watkins means you should probably just go safe with Alvarez, who I expect to start this game. So yeah, I think you play it safe. You go Alvarez if you've got an Alvarez or Watkins decision. Same if you've got Watkins, Isak, Watkins, Darwin. You start Darwin or you start Isak. Jay says, I've taken a -8 to remove Bruno, Bowen and Diaby to Saka and Bumo Palmer. Good or bad decision? A further hit to take up Mitchell or Maguire to Zinchenko. I'll be honest, I think that's actually a great -8, which you can rarely say about -8. But you're telling Bruno, who's away to Newcastle, he's got a long coach to the game. We've got Bowen, he's obviously a doubt. Diaby might not play the whole 90, might not start. Yeah, I think those are great moves, Jay. I wouldn't take a further hit though. Just start Mitchell. Yeah, just play Mitchell. I mean, Palace are going to be without Eze and they'll be without Decore. So they're missing players. Kano, thanks for the super chat. He says, Palmer, Gordon, Alvarez, who to start? Don't you feel Alvarez will rip it up against the Spurs high line? Wow, that's a really difficult one. Even Palmer or Gordon's close this week. I think I'd start Palmer. I really do. I really wish I had Palmer this week. I think they're going to beat Brighton pretty comfortably. As we said earlier, they've got so many injuries in their back line. I think the back four is going to be something like Veltman, Van Heck, Hinshelwood and Igor. And to me, that just has goals written all over it. Like, they played midweek in Europa League against, was it AEK? And they were a man up for the last half an hour, and they still conceded 20 shots. But yeah, Gordon, his home form's undeniable. He's yet to blank at home this season, so I think reluctantly I'd start Palmer and Gordon. Do you guys agree with that, or is that a bad take? I just think it's such a good fixture for Palmer and Gordon, but obviously it is for Alvarez as well. Very, very close. I feel like that's a coin toss. I'd start Palmer for sure. Connor says, FPL AG says Bowen's out. Thoughts on Mubama over Cash? It's hard to predict Mubama's minutes. He started in Europa League. I think he got a brace off the bench last week, didn't he? Or 1 goal, 1 assist, something like that. I don't think FPL AG is reliable. I've got them blocked for giving out incorrect leaks before, so I think take it with a pinch of salt. Yeah, Mubama or Cash. We just don't know if Mubama starts though. You could be staring down the barrel of a one. I mean, who's likely to start, Cash or Mubama? Probably Cash. What did Benny say? I keep transferring Watkins in and out based on Focal's updates. I'm currently on a -48. Brilliant. Starboy says start 2 of the 3, Palmer, Alvarez, Diaby. I would start Palmer and Alvarez, bench Diaby. Cash or Lascelles. Any thoughts on bringing in Kelleher? I probably wouldn't do it unless you've got a wild card in your pocket still, because you're only going to get the next 3 out of him, and then that's a Liverpool spot used up indefinitely. The Watkins update, he messaged just now and he said a decision is going to be made closer to a kickoff. Obviously there's still more than 24 hours till kickoff, late fitness test. So yeah, sorry it's nothing concrete. I've asked if there's any other info other than that, but I don't know if there'll be anything else. I think he's going to be alright. My personal take is that he'll be alright and starts. I mean, Emery himself said he's going to be 50-50, so he didn't rule him out at all. He said he's going to be a doubt. He's not completely unavailable. We're going to wait for tomorrow and see if we can risk him or not. They see how he feels about facing the demands in 90 minutes. I mean, if they're going to see how he feels about it, of course he's going to say, "I'm fine, play me." And the other thing he said that's not mentioned on this tweet is he said he's 50-50. Arsenal lineup. I don't know if we'll get any Arsenal leaks. We don't tend to, but I'll keep an eye out. Let me check. No, nothing at the moment. I mean, we've still got half an hour till kickoff, so we'll keep an eye out. Is Havertz in the 11? I wouldn't be surprised. He's actually finding some form at the moment. He scored in his last 2. Wouldn't be at all surprised if he does. What's harder, chess or FPL? Good question. Probably FPL, because there's just so much variance and luck involved in doing well. Like, decision making can only take you so far in FPL. You're still leaving it up to the FPL gods. Like, I don't know if you guys follow me on Twitter, but every week I post the lowest score in the top 10k. And there was a team that looked so good last week, and I think they finished on like 20 points. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, that's not how you spell it. Yeah, here it is. Look how unlucky this is. I mean, it looks like a great team on paper. They're still in the top 10k to be fair, but they went from 475th to 8.4k. I mean, it's a good team on paper, like Areola, Cash, Trippier, James, Salah, Eze, Diaby, Son captain, Darwin, Alvarez, Watkins. But they ended up with 20 points, and they sold Share for James. So that cost them more points as well. Max, thanks for the 5 gifted subs. Thanks very much for the support there, Max. Appreciate that. Thanks, mate. Who got those? Jalil, I Want Goals, Ben, Brendan, and me, Joe. If you got one of the memberships, then make sure you thank Max for that. Thanks very much, Max. Welcome to the new members, by the way. There's a members channel Discord. You just have to go in Discord settings and link your account if you want to join the members chat. Oh yeah, how many hits have you taken this season? 39% none, 30% -4, 13% -8, and 17% have taken a -12 or more. Quite a lot of hits. New poll idea. Are you free hitting in Gameweek 18? Yes, no, or undecided. Obviously, it's a blank game week for Brentford and Man City. So, depending on how your team's looking that week, it's an option. Definitely an option. I'm just going to try and avoid doing it, but it might be difficult. I think I'm pretty set on just playing whatever I can field, even though I've got Pinnock and Mbeumo and Haaland. Jeffrey says he sold Watkins for Darwin. Diaby to Palmer from -4. Still have Bowen. Any update on him, or is a -8 viable? We don't have a concrete update on Bowen. All Moyes said was he's going to consult the medical team. So it's really vague, annoyingly. We just don't know if he's going to play or not. Diaby to Palmer from -4. I don't mind that, you know. I do think Chelsea beat Brighton pretty comfortably this week. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like a 3-0, 4-0 type game. I feel like you'd probably just stick it out with Bowen. But, you know, the problem is managers are giving us less and less information. I guess their thinking is if we don't give info away, then we don't give our opponent any tactical advantage. But it's really difficult in FPL terms, because you don't know if they're going to play or not. I don't mind Diaby to Palmer. It gets you a bit ahead of the curve moving forward. I feel like that's probably worth it. I wouldn't take a -8. But Watkins to Darwin, that's fine. Yeah, I like that. Who to start between Sanchez and Areola? Let's check clean sheet odds. West Ham 36% chance, Chelsea 31.5. That's not as close as I thought. I thought Chelsea might be higher. But I tend to just favour the clean sheet odds. So start Areola. We do know that Crystal Palace are without Eze, they're without Doucouré, so they've got a couple of players missing. So I suppose that works in Areola's favour. Start Lascelles or Watkins? Watkins. Ben says good luck this week, guys. Cash or Mitchell? Mitchell. Watkins or Bowen? Watkins. Anything on Arsenal? I'll check. I don't think we'll get anything on Arsenal pre-deadline, but it's worth a look. Nothing at the moment. Max says, asked the question earlier, but your internet died before the answer. You've got Watkins, Bowen and Eze. You plan to keep Watkins, sell Bowen and bench Eze. Is that okay? So you're keeping Watkins, you sell Bowen and bench Eze. Well, it depends. If you can sell Eze for the same player, I'd prioritise that. Because Eze's injury at least is concrete. If you see what I mean. Like, Bowen might have a chance of playing. We just don't know based on what Moyes said. But it makes more sense to me to sell Eze, who we know for a fact is out for like another 2-3 weeks. So in FPL terms, that's a lot of game weeks. Whereas Bowen could play. He might not, but there's a chance he's back sooner as well. So I think it depends if you can sell Eze instead. If you can't, then Bowen's fine. Then sell Bowen. Thanks for the super chat, Max. So, are you free hitting Gameweek 18? 58% yes, 28% undecided, 14% Well, R3 hit him. Palmer or Diaby? Palmer. Keep or sell Dingra for -8. Not worth selling for -8. I would keep him. Lascelles or Taylor? Lascelles? Isak or Darwin? I'd say Darwin between those two. Pretty close, but I think I prefer Darwin. It's such a great fixture for Liverpool. Jota's injured. He was rested in Europa League. Everything points towards Darwin. Thoughts on Trent? I think Trent's an amazing pick. It's just the price point that's annoying. Yeah, but if you've got the money to go there, I think Trent's an awesome pick, especially for the next 3. And he's more nailed than Tsimikas. I do think Tsimikas probably misses one of the next 3. But I think Trent's great. It's just a shame he's so expensive. I think if you don't own Haaland, then it's easier to get to him. But if you've got Haaland and Salah, I think it's very difficult to get to someone like Trent. Asterix Gaming says, hi Oscar, any news on Watkins and Kudus? Kudus, I believe Moyes said he has an illness, so it's going to be down to the wire whether he makes it. In terms of Watkins, the message I got was just that a decision is going to be made closer to kick-off, because there's still more than 24 hours till kick-off, so late fitness test. So, yeah, sorry it's nothing concrete there. But he is reliable. He sent me Villa stuff last season, which was never wrong. So it's just a shame that it's nothing concrete. And for those asking about Cash and Diaby, nothing on those either, sadly. I don't know about Cash and Diaby. Adingra to Palmer for a -4 or play Pedro. I can't get Darwin next game week then for Alvarez. But can if I play Pedro. But does Darwin play 3 times in a week? I mean, there's a chance he does because of the Jota injury. But I don't know if I'd sell Adingra for a -4 when you can just play Pedro. Yeah, I'd be tempted to just play Pedro, Russell. It is close. I do think Chelsea win this one 3-4-0. So Palmer does have a good chance of being involved. But does he outscore Pedro by 4 points? Hard to say. Probably not. You probably just play Pedro there. I mean, playing Pedro is the safer option, the sensible option. If you want to chase upside, then get Palmer. But in your situation, if it was me, I wouldn't take the hit. No way Chelsea win 3-4-0. I don't know. I think because of Brighton's long list of injuries, like as we were saying earlier in the stream, their back 4 is going to be something like Veltman right back. It'll be like Hinshelwood, Van Heck and Igor. Something like that. Dunk's suspended. Estupiñán's injured. Lamptey's injured. I think Webster's injured. Milner's injured. No, he's not injured. Milner could play left back, but again, like, surely Palmer cooks Milner down that side if he plays in left back. Kano says he needs help with his transfers. He sent his ID. Let me try and pull that up. Let me see your team. So this is Kano's team. Depends how many transfers you got. Your midfield's bang on. Wait. I thought this was my team for a sec. No. I would yeah, I'd roll, I think, here. I would roll. You start Areola. You start Tsimikas, Saliba and Digne. Yeah, I'd say you absolutely roll. Alvarez and Watkins is just super close because we don't know concrete if Watkins starts or not. I was hoping we'd find out today. And they did say they should be able to tell me today if he starts, but that is the update. They can't say if he starts because it's a late fitness test. So, yeah, sorry I couldn't share for certain. I do think he starts for what it's worth. So I would start Watkins. Isak or Jesus? If it's who to start, Jesus. If it's who to transfer, I feel like Isak's probably better for the December run-in. Diaby or Cash versus sub? Diaby. Bench 1, Mikalenko or Gabriel? Mikalenko. Havertz or Souček? I mean, we at least know Souček starts. And I think he's scored in his last 5 games in all competitions, hasn't he? Any update on Bowen? None really. Moyes said he's going to have to consult the medical team, so pretty useless update. I better tweet my team before I forget. Let me do that. At FPLfocal if you want to follow me on Twitter or anything else. Instagram, Threads or whatever. Gameweek 14. What did I do? Diaby. Diaby and Cash to Mbumo and Pinnock. Perfect. Start Lascelles or Taylor? I think I'd give Lascelles the start there. Yeah, Lascelles. Cash or Guehi? Guehi. Pinnock or Trippier? Gotta be Trippier. I feel like you don't bench Trippier in any week. He's got to be a set and forget starter if you own him. And he's playing at home. You've got to start Trippier if you've got him. I don't think Trippier should be on any benches. Bruno or Archer? Bruno. Porro or Taylor? Taylor. I mean, Spurs definitely concede in my opinion. So I'd start. I wouldn't start Pedro. Arsenal versus Wolves then, the first game of the game week. Scoreline predictions. Obviously, Wolves are going to be missing Lamina and Gomez in midfield. Adam in the chat, he's praying Bowen starts. I think you and a lot of people. Annoying that Moyes is giving such vague updates. Like a week ago today, he was saying he has a chance of making the weekend. So it was like, oh, that's great. Like, you keep Bowen, he should play. And then suddenly he doesn't, and then he doesn't play in Europa. And then we don't know this game week either. So a bit annoying, that one. We're 12 likes from 1,000 likes. So if you are enjoying the stream, thanks for swinging by. And make sure you hit like to hit that 1k mark. Appreciate your support. And subscribe if you're not already. JSY says, afternoon, mate. Bench one of Diaby, Son and Watkins. I would bench Diaby out of those 3. I'd start Son and Watkins. Slaughter in the chat. How we doing, mate? He says Arsenal 1-0. Matty reckons Wolves win 2-1. King's Football says 3-0 to Arsenal. Taylor or Colwell? Colwell. Start Lascelles or Cash? I'm just not sure if Cash starts now, based on FPL Villain's commentary. He's worth a follow on Twitter. He's not so sure on a Cash start. The reason being is that he played the whole game in Europa. Diego Carlos didn't. Diego Carlos has started all the European games before that. And Camara's out for Aston Villa. And he's the one that often drops back into the defence to form a back 3 so that Cash can bomb forward. But he's out for this game, so it could mean that they play Konsa and right back. I've got Cash, Gordon, Palmer and Watkins and 1.3 mil in the bank, and Mbumo requires 2 free transfers. What would you do? I don't think any of those are worth selling for Mbumo. Like Gordon and Palmer, they're not sells. If you don't own Saliba, I would just do Cash to Saliba. Or you could go Cash to Gabriel if you've got Saliba and not Gabriel. I don't know your other midfielders, but I don't think Gordon and Palmer are a sell. I know like Mbumo's great, but it feels like you're asking for trouble. If you're selling Gordon in the form he's in, hasn't blanked at home all season, and Palmer playing against the Brighton side with so many injuries, especially in defence, I think you just focus your transfer on selling Cash. Oh, sorry, Rousey. Let me find that. 2 seconds. -4 Son. -4 for Alvarez, Son and Bowen to Haaland, Palmer and Gordon. Oh, you know what? I think that's just about worth it. What do you think in chat? Selling Alvarez, Son and Bowen, but you're getting Haaland, who you can captain, and you're still getting Palmer and Gordon. I think for a -4, that's not bad. It could backfire, don't get me wrong, but I feel like if you don't have Haaland, you need to have a plan to get him back very soon. Even though he's got the blank coming up, I feel like you have to get Haaland. Yeah, I would do that, Rousey. I think that's fine. I quite like that. That's a good escape route to get back to Haaland. Christofari, sorry I missed that. He says, hope you're well, bruv. Start Toffolo or Lascelles. Ooh. I think I'd start Toffolo, you know. He's got a great cross on him. He's got so much attacking threat. And he is home to Everton. I think I'd start Toffolo, you know. I wouldn't be surprised if Man United score. I wouldn't be particularly surprised if Everton score, but I'd start Toffolo out of those. Hanlon says, I've got a sore throat just listening to your cough. Cough sweets are on me. Thanks for the super chat. Thanks for the €10 super chat, Hanlon. Alright, I'll have to crack open another one for the final 10 minutes of the stream. A cough sweet on Hanlon. Thanks very much for that. Thanks for your support there. 10 minutes till deadline, so final reminder to make sure you've sorted out your captaincy, your bench in the right order, and all those good things. RS Gameweek says, I've got... Oh, I did that one, I think, yeah. Yeah, I'd upgrade cash there. Captain poll. Alright, final captain poll. And while I type it out, if anyone's not joined the December challenge, that's the league code. I'm giving £100 to whoever scores the most points in December. Who's your captain for GW14? Salah, Haaland, and other. Final captain poll is up. The league code is VWHATM. V what M? If you want to just join the December challenge, £100 on me to whatever one of you scores the most points in December. Cash isn't injured. No, Cash isn't injured. It's just a doubt whether he starts or not. Mohamed says, I'm doing either Bowen to Gordon or Watkins to Darwin. Which one would you go for? I would do Bowen to Gordon. Or Palmer if you don't have him. I think that's probably a better way to spend your transfer. My gut feeling is Watkins plays. But Bowen is so much more of a question mark, I think. So I would focus there. That frees up a good chunk of money as well. The code is VWHATM. I've pinned the league code as well. If you want to just click the pin message, you'll see it there. Haaland triple captain. I mean, I get it. Like, it does work in single game weeks. I know John's in the chat and he used his on Haaland. Was it against Fulham when he got a hat-trick? Yeah, he got a hat-trick and a goal. So John got 60. It can work in single game weeks, but I think you always have to use it in a double, personally. Because just logically speaking, if a player has 2 games, they're likelier to return for you. And let's not forget, City could get a double game week 20 consisting of Sheffield United and Brentford. That's got triple captain written all over it, if you ask me. Do you agree with that? I mean, I think that's a standout week to use it rather than now. DVC, thanks for the super chat. Trippier to Pinnock and Højlund to Haaland. Yeah, I think that's fine. I like that. Obviously, Trippier could punish, like Højlund could, but he's not really hit the ground running in the league. He's doing well in Europe. It gets you back to Haaland. I know it's a -8. Pinnock's great. I mean, Brighton are right up there in the clean sheet odds this week as well, so I think he's a sound transfer. And Pinnock's 3rd this season for expected goals among defenders. So I think that's fine. As far as the -8, I think that's justifiable. I don't know if Watkins plays the 90 minutes, but there's every chance, but probably not. If he starts. LK's chucked their ID in. Let me quickly look at that. I'll do my best. It's a bit awkward to pull up the IDs. Let me have a look here. Right. So this is Lucas's team. Ariola, Anderson, Gabriel, Trippier, Cash. How much money have you got? 0.4 mil. How many transfers? 1 free transfer. Watkins, Haaland. So that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, the problem is you haven't got a fifth midfielder here. You got McCarthy, but he's 4.4 mil. So I would be tempted to go Diaby to Palmer. You have to play Anderson, Gabriel, Trippier. I'd be tempted to take a -4. Diaby to Palmer, McCarthy to Gordon, and then bench Cash. That's what I would do. So bring Palmer and Gordon in and bench Cash. News wrap up. Okay, we'll do a very quick news roundup. I will speed run it. Any percent. No new news for Liverpool on the injury front. We know that Alisson and Jota are injured, so they're out for a while. Jota could be New Year. Alisson probably 3 game weeks. Nori could be back at some point next week. Neto still unavailable. Lamina and Gomez are going to miss the Arsenal game at 3 o'clock today, so that's good news if you own an Arsenal attacker. Nothing on Bowen from Moyes. He said he's going to consult the West Ham medical team and then make a decision. The Palace news is that Eze and Decore obviously both came off injured against Luton last weekend. Eze's a few weeks. Decore's much longer. Snapped his Achilles apparently. Raya is back available again for selection for Arsenal. No other news other than that, but I imagine Raya starts. So he's a great transfer this week if you're looking for a keeper. Stones could be back in the matchday squad for Man City. Kovacic in training, but Nunez probably not available. And Kunku and Lavia could make the Chelsea squad. Gusto has not been seen in the training photos, undergoing a rehabilitation program. And Man United, its flight has been cancelled to Newcastle, so they're having to get a 3-hour coach now. And that is the news roundup. So we've got 4 minutes till deadline. Before you'll disappear, make sure you hit like if you've enjoyed this stream, and of course, subscribe if you're not already. I tend to make 4 or 5 FPL videos each week to help with various things to help your teams out, and I also do these deadline streams every deadline. So it's going to be a crazy few days because we've got Game Week 15s on Tuesday. So we've got an awesome schedule ahead. That's how it looks for December. 7 game weeks in the next 30 days. So I think there's more days with football than not. So very exciting. Good month of football ahead for us. And a lot of FPL. And obviously you can move up the ranks fast if you make good decisions over that run. Thanks, Noctambuli. Yeah, sorry I've been a bit all over the place this stream. I'm not normally this bad, but I've been sick all week. Honestly, you should hear me doing my videos. Like, there's about 30 different recordings just for a 10-minute video because I was coughing in between takes, but I've ploughed through this one. So I appreciate you all being here despite the drop in quality of the usual streaming. Diaby to Mbumo -4. I think that's fine. I quite like that for a -4, yeah. Don't worry, you were good. Thanks, SH. Appreciate that. Rohan's going from Mbumo captain. Final captain poll results with a 3 minutes till deadline. Haaland 50... I spelled Haaland wrong. Haaland 53%. Salah 43%. 4% other. There we go. If anyone's not in the FPL Discord, make sure you join that as well. We've almost got 14,000 FPL managers. So that is the URL to join. And a final reminder to join the December challenge. Whoever scores the most points in December, I'm giving £100 to. That's the league code, VWHATM. VWHATM. It's also pinned in chat. You've got 2 minutes to join the league. That's the code. So whip out your phones if you're not in there. £100 to whoever scores the most points in December, or December game weeks. How we doing, Jack? Yeah, welcome to the chat. John says, send me it now. It's coming your way, John. Locked in. Arsenal team news. I don't think we've had any leaks on Arsenal, unfortunately. No. We don't tend to get any for Arsenal, to be fair, so I wasn't expecting that. What do you think of Gibbs White? Asked Chuka. I prefer Gordon and Palmer. Sorry I missed that one. I prefer Gordon and Palmer, but Gibbs White's fine. On penalties, good fixtures. But I prefer Palmer and Gord White. Palmer and Gordon in that order. It's most points regardless, E-Dog. The only rule is you can't make a new team for it. So if anyone's been sneaky and made a new team, the winner will be checked. You can't make a new team for it, because obviously you could just make a new team and use all your chips. But if you start in Game Week 1, or thereabouts, you're welcome to use your chips, but you still might not win. We've had Manager of the Months this season that haven't used chips, so it doesn't guarantee you winning it either. So that's entirely up to you. Fen says, good luck everyone. Everyone locked in and ready? Minute till deadline. So my transfers were Diaby and Cash to Mbeumo and Pinnock, using 2 free transfers. 10 seconds till deadline. Yeah, nothing on Arsenal, but yeah, I wasn't really expecting that anyway, to be honest with you. Marquand's gone triple captain and Mbeumo. Fair play. So yeah, those of you that joined from Ross's stream, he did an early stream today because he's going to the Nottingham meetup. I'm hoping to go, but I'm going to do a COVID test first. Welcome to all of Ross's viewers if you're new around here. I appreciate you coming over. Good to have you. Too late to ask any more questions. That is the deadline. It's 1:30 UK time. We are locked in. That is Game Week 14 locked in. The exciting thing is, 3 days from now, it's Game Week 15. So we've got a packed weekend of football. We've got 3 games. Isn't it annoying that you can't view the fixtures once the deadline passes? I have to look on Google instead. We've got Arsenal v Wolves. We've got Brentford v Luton. And we've got Burnley v Sheffield United. How many players have you guys got in the 3 o'clock kickoff? So Arsenal v Wolves, Brentford v Luton, Burnley v Sheffield United. So for me, it's just... Well, not just actually. I've got Saka, Saliba, Mbeumo and Pinnock. Kobore's last on my bench, so I won't be getting him. Enshalk's got 3. Too late for the code. The deadline has passed. You won't be able to join the league now. Well, I don't think you can join leagues after deadline, so I might be wrong. If you're welcome to try. The code is VWHATM. And that is pinned. Pinned in chat. Espen's got 6 playing. Oh, it's a big couple of hours for Espen. Anyway, I'd love to stick around, but I am genuinely sick this week, so my throat's probably about to give up. So I really appreciate you all tuning in. Good turnout today. Sorry I didn't get anything particularly concrete on Watkins, but thanks for being here. Hope you enjoyed the stream. If you did, make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. And I'll see you guys around on Discord. Focal out.